let's take a look on how do we navigate in Linux operating system. Now let me go back and take example of community. Now this time I will use the example of community as /home/u. Now under this directory, let's assume there are 4 blocks in this community: A, B, C and D, and there's some common area. And in these blocks there are houses: house number 1, house 2, house 3, house 4, house 5 and 6, house 7 and 8. So this is the structure of a community. So there are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 houses in this community, and there's some common area around, which is an example, it's a garden. Again we have some streets which takes us to these houses. Okay, this street, this street, this street is there. Now let's compare it to some of the directories that I have created for this learning purpose. Let's go back to my home. So my home is here, pwd. Now under this I have tried to create the structure of my community. Under my community I have 4 blocks: A block, B block, C block, D block. Let me go and to A block. Okay, under A block I have 2 houses, house 1 and house 2. Now if you have to navigate between these houses, for example you stay at house 1, okay, and you want to go to house number 5. It's a festival occasion and you want to give your neighbor a small treat, and you want to go from house 1 to house 5. How will you go? First you will step out of your home, okay, and you come into the block, right? So you are here. From here you come to the block, okay. From block you come to the main community. From main community you go to the block C, this is block C, and once you enter block C you will go to the house 5. So this is how you navigate from your house to house 5. So you are at house 1 right now. Let's go back to house 1. Let's go back to house 1. So I am here now. I have to go to house 5. Now house 5 is in block number C. To go there I need to first go back to my block from my house. I come out of my house, I find myself inside the block. I come outside of my block, I found myself on the community road. Now I go to block D. Okay, in D block, sorry, it is block C, I'm sorry. Now I go to block C block. In the C block there are house number 5 and 6. I have to go to house number 5. CD house 5. So this is the way we navigate. Now what I did right now is called relative path. Relative path is from where you are currently, you try to navigate from there itself. Now Linux also help us to use something called absolute path, and that is used when we know the exact path. So I know if I have to go to house number 5 from, let's say, CD my community and A block and house 1. So I am here right now. This is my absolute path. This is my absolute path to my house, which starts from slash. So absolute path start from slash. Okay. So now if I have to go to house number 5, I can also go from the absolute path, given that I know the entire path. If I have to search, I have to go back to my block, go back to my community, and then go and search for the block C and then find house 5 in that. Here, if I know the path, I can simply say slash home, starting from slash home, then my home, then my community, and then I know it's in C block, and then I know the house 5 is there. So this is something called absolute path. So starting from slash. So this is how we navigate in Linux using absolute or relative path. So relative path is your current, where you are currently standing in. When we start navigating from there, that is relative, and when we start from slash, that is absolute. And this was an example on how do we navigate, how can I relate moving you within a community, moving from one house to another house, and using the relative as well as absolute methods.